Well, it's so strange to hear somebody, because when you ask somebody who grew up in the US, okay, tell me about your childhood, tell me about your life experiences. And they say, oh, my father did this and my mother did this, and I started working here, working there, and that's usually what they say. And nobody starts saying, well, it was a communist country, and then there was this, and then nobody could buy anything, there were no stores. I mean, this kind of a life experience you don't hear anywhere. And people, obviously, in developed countries, people take it for granted, the life. Of course, they have problems. I mean, everybody has problems. Everybody's problems are important problems. When you compare them and the kind of experiences that they create, like I had another guest. He was from Ukraine and was very smart, and he got into university, and this very good university, and they offered him to be in a class that's very hard to get in, but he had to stay after his classes were over and do another 2 hours. And his answer was, sorry, I can't do that because I have to take the train to go home, which takes 2 hours for me to travel. If I miss that train, so that's how far he lived. Every day he traveled 2 hours one way and then 2 hours back, 4 hours a day traveling just to attend that university. So the kind of struggles that people have, it's unbelievable. So and so as a 9-year-old kid, you tie your experience back to working in that store. But growing up, becoming as a woman, now you're becoming a woman, and what is going through your mind? Because you have the desire to start a family, and then you have also this experience that's kind of pushing you to do other things, and then the social pressure about getting a 9-to-5 job and make money. So tell us about what that struggle was like.
No, the social pressure wasn't there. So I always knew that I'm gonna be my own boss sooner or later. I always knew that. Now the jobs I had until that happened were just part of life. Like after college, immediately after college, had a job. But actually, my first job after college was in a very small company, and we did. It was international trade, so I learned a lot there. It was my best way to form myself for what was about to come. So I don't regret that. But everything kind of combined together. I met my husband. I was a buyer, he was a seller. So he was the supplier and I was the company buying the product. That's how we met, and we had our first phone call, and then things happened, life happened afterwards. But it was in the same scenario. So kind of the pieces of the puzzles eventually came as they should, I think. Right now, for me, I don't see myself doing anything else than this. I don't want to do. I don't even want to think about doing anything else. Yeah. I'm just thinking of how to grow them, how to add more value, how to add more stuff, brands, services, stuff like that. So I think I'm in the right place. But maybe I'm one of the lucky ones that everything came eventually into the right place. That experience in the childhood for me wasn't bad, because that's why I say I don't remember too much before. I mean, before I was 7, when the communist regime was here. After that, when we got the store and everything, it was a happy life for me as a kid. It was, the struggles weren't mine, but myself remembering today when I'm 40, looking back when I was 9 and doing that, I'm trying to do the same with my kids, actually, to teach them, to try them to for them to learn to work, to appreciate the value of the work, of the money, and everything that comes to that, which is,
Yeah,
I think,
yeah. I
important for
mean,
now.
yeah, that's what I'm seeing. That's why immigrants' kids have the same kind of experience, because their parents, having had a major change in their life, how they live their lives, they try
Mm.
to pass it on to their kids. And in your case, it's the similar kind of experience as, I mean, obviously very
Yeah,
different, but categorically it's the same, because the way you lived your life before completely changed after the
exactly.
communism
Yes.
ended. And then that taught you things in life, and then now you're trying to pass it on to your kids, and they will they're hearing straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak. It's an authentic, value driven, relationship. And but their kids, and then their kids, and that's where it starts to get a little bit lost.